Hey, welcome to your Gemini horoscopes for the week of the 24th through the 30th of September. This is our last week of September. We're moving into October next week. It's kind of crazy. Focus is on relationships this week with no planets to influence that, nothing really to influence that except for the part of fortune at the end of the week, Friday and Saturday. The part of fortune actually might even be Thursday. Going into Thursday, predominantly Friday and Saturday. The part of fortune really is kind of a mathematical point. It doesn't really, it's not attached to a body that actually exists in the universe, but it does show your lucky days. And these 2 days, Friday and Saturday, with the part of fortune's influence in this, may bring you some luck with your relationships, specifically in terms of being able to spend time within those relationships, having a couple of stress-free days to just enjoy each other in your relationships. And you know, when I'm saying relationships, we're talking about all of your relationships, not just love relationships. We form relationships, lots and lots and lots of relationships. Even those of us who think that we don't really form a lot of relationships form more than we think we do, if that makes sense. So a lot of times these relationships need maintenance, but part of that maintenance is just enjoying what you've created within the relationship. And Friday and Saturday are very, very good days for that. Outside of Friday and Saturday, though, with focus on relationships, there's a couple of things that comes up for me with that. One, it's sort of doing an inventory of your relationships. There's really two kinds of Geminis that I have met. One kind is super picky about who they form relationships with. They have very high standards. So, with that being said, they form minimal relationships. And then you have the Geminis that are really, really social. They know everybody, they've formed relationships with almost everybody they've ever met, kind of a thing. Especially when you're in that group, it's really important to do an inventory of those relationships and make sure that the relationships you're carrying with you are symbiotic, that both of you are really working in this relationship, and it's not just feeling like you're dragging somebody along with you, if that makes sense. If you're the other type of Gemini, it's a good time really to evaluate why you have such high standards. And I get it, most of the time it's self-protection mode because we've had issues with relationships in the past. But living a hermit is not necessarily the answer to solving all of love's problems. Actually, living without love is even more destructive to the person than, when you're avoiding it. So basically, it all comes down to take a look at you and take a look at your relationships and determine what about these relationships maybe you're using to cover up some wounds rather than healing the wounds. This is actually really important information and not information that most people are really willing to go look for. It is scary, but when you understand that about yourself, it does help you to heal that mindset, maybe even change that mindset and look into your relationships in a different way. It actually eliminates a lot of problems within the relationships as well, and the type of relationship that you draw to you, etc., etc., etc. So that's what I have for you guys this week. If you love your horoscopes, do click the link in the description and send me a coffee. I would appreciate it. If you're listening rather than viewing, that's ko-fi.com/heavy metal psychic. And check out heavymetalpsychic.com and all the fun stuff that's going on over there. I am Melissa Bruce, the Heavy Metal Psychic, and thank you for joining, listening, viewing, whatever, what have you. Oh my goodness. Must be the Gemini/Aquarius energy here. Too much talking. You guys have a great week, and I will see you guys next week. You guys kick some butt in your healing process because it's only going to make you better and stronger and just like the $1 million man. I've dated myself. You guys have a good week.